Hello again. At one time, there were a lot of people commenting here who would talk about the juice or the Jews because they feared that if they used the word Jews, their comments would be removed or might lead to their being banned from YouTube. They would mention wooden doors or the JQ or preface a comment with oy vey. These were all methods used to say uncomplimentary things about Jews without getting banned from YouTube. From time to time, I point out such things by replying to a comment like that, explaining that this is a coded reference to Jews. Fortunately, there are fewer such folk around on this channel than was once the case, although they do still crop up. ZOG is an acronym which you will also see used sometimes. It stands for Zionist Occupation Government and is intended to suggest that Jews control the government of this or that nation. JQ is, of course, short for the Jewish question. Scattering Yiddish or Hebrew expressions about in one's comments, such as oy vey, l'chaim, or mazel tov, is done to mock somebody and hint that they might be a crypto Jew. Many people suspect that I am myself a Jew, which is why this stuff sometimes appears in comments here. I don't moderate comments on this channel, so I can only point out from time to time when these codes are used, and then hope that the people will get the message. Most of them seem to have done so. One who has not is a person who often comments here under various identities. His latest was Safety for Children, although he may well have morphed to another fake identity by now. People probably have seen him posting here as Tomia, Galactic Railroad, Marcus Egan, J. Harriet Carnelian, and score at least 20 other identities. He follows me around the internet like Mary's little lamb and signs up to any site that I use as soon as he's aware of it, simply because he is so obsessed with me. He is one of those about whom I have been talking, who is always making sly little digs about Jews by means of the kind of codes which I have explained, starting comments with Mazel Tov or L'chaim, for instance. I have grown a little weary of his dogging my footsteps all over the place, and so used him as an object study in a short piece I published on my Substack account. I might mention that he joined Substack not because he had the intention of publishing anything of his own, but rather simply to read what I wrote on there. His Substack title mentions my name. As I say, this is an unhealthy obsession. He was so annoyed to be exposed in my Substack article that he's gone into overdrive and been in a paroxysm of philo-Semitism since the piece appeared. I think he feels that if he quotes people like Elie Wiesel, the man who popularized the term Holocaust after the war, then this will prevent people from asking why he should click like when reading the following comment. Jews do seem to have disproportionate influence and power. One can recognize this reality without being an extreme neo-Nazi on the JQ. Trust me, you can quote Elie Wiesel until you're black in the face, but anyone who agrees with stuff about the Jewish question and Jews having too much influence and power is just the kind of individual I've been talking about here. In the description to this video, I give a link to the piece on this subject, published on my Substack. It's free to read. It also gives a link in the text when you read it to this fellow's own Substack account, which is quite interesting if you look at the comments he's liked, but also the Substack channels that he subscribes to himself. For example, mine and also Ed Dutton, of all unlikely people.